everyone, and welcome back to another video with me, Shruti Vashist. You're watching Living Our Ascension. So this is a special video. I was really feeling something very strongly today. I was guided, just about half an hour ago. Something happened and I was strongly guided to make this video, and I wasn't planning on making it, so it's kind of spontaneous, and it was just moving through my body that I needed to film this. So it's going to be a meditation, it's with regards to this ascension update, you can say, this new energy that we're moving through, and in order to activate that, I have created this meditation that you're going to be doing in this video if you would like to join me. But before that, I just want to speak about it for about 5 minutes, and then we'll get into the meditation after that. And before I get into the meditation and the video, I just want to say that I have a blog. It's www.livingourascension.blogspot.com, on which you can check out all kinds of services that I have, where you can work with me personally. And actually I have some very exciting things that should be coming up. I'll be working on them, so maybe they won't be available just immediately, but there's all of these downloads that are happening, and I'll speak more about that also, these downloads and stuff in an Ascension update that I'll do very soon. But please check out my blog for these personal services. It's an amazing time for us to really go within and to accelerate our journey. That's what this everything that's happening on the planet is really all about. It's kind of like forcing us to go within. So if you would like to utilize that energy right now, it's a very powerful time. Even I'm experiencing all of these upgrades. That's why I have a lot to say as well, and I'll be sharing more videos in the time to come. But now getting also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you like what you see today. You can share it with anybody else who you think might benefit. Okay, so having said that, now I'd like to move into the subject. And basically what happened just a while ago was that we were having this we were asked to light these diyas, which is these oil lamps or these candles. We were asked to switch off the electricity in India by our Prime Minister, and everybody was supposed to switch off the light for about 9 minutes at 9 o'clock, and just light these oil lamps and stuff, just show solidarity with regards to the lockdown and everything. The thing is that what people started to do was they started to burn all these firecrackers, and for some reason, this, I felt this rage come from just within me, from a really deep place. And I was really angry at first, and I remember standing outside with my brother and my mom, being really angry, saying very angry words to just the people. I mean, I wasn't shouting out loud, but I was expressing it to my family, that all of the stuff that is happening, we were not going to learn anything unless it happens to this extreme, that people are dying, almost just like flies, like people are just dropping. Kind of like we deserve this, because look at how people are behaving. That we finally in India have some clean air. We haven't seen, I don't remember the last time we had such clean air. Maybe when I was very little, when I was 7 years old or something. And suddenly, even for an act that's been a so-called act of solidarity, even in that, they are burning. The first instinct that they have is to burn firecrackers, and there were so many of them, just like a festival that they were doing. It just kind of made me so angry, because finally the earth is restoring itself. This lockdown is like a forced thing from the earth that's happening, for its replenishment and our replenishment, and it's happening because it's come to a certain stage. We've brought the earth to a certain stage, that is really extreme, and our own immunity and everything, our health, which is why so many people are being affected. And the first thing that people can think of, we're supposed to go within and question things and, realize, finally we can hear the birds singing. There's animals that are, coming out, and all kinds of these things happening that are wonderful, that have the energy of coming back to nature and just the natural flow and order of life. But when it comes to solidarity, people are, instead of embracing, the human spirit, they're thinking of their way is still so much of the old, and just destroying any semblance of nature that we have, and just the natural flow, any purity that we have. So I felt this anger, and I was surprised by it, to be honest, because I was saying all these almost mean things that were coming out of my mouth, which is not usually the case. I mean, I get angry from time to time, but I'm able to, within the same moment, recognize, the larger picture, the fact that we can't control people, and we shouldn't. Everybody has their own, journey, and it's all actually perfect within the larger plan. The different elements all fit in together, serving a certain purpose, and the overall picture is quite balanced. Always, it's always the same. Life always exists. It always is. But the thing is that because we're here as volunteer souls, and we have devoted all of our life and energy, to the process of purity and purifying ourselves and the planet, but what I felt today was much more than that, and this anger only lasted, a couple of minutes, and I was thinking about it and contemplating for like 15 minutes, and after that I was completely normal, because suddenly I had this change of energy that was there, this inspiration, and I'd like to film this video, and it hit me what was going on. It was like an inspired moment where I realized that this is an ascension symptom, actually. And it has to do with the goddess moving through us, this Shakti that's there, which is the feminine aspect of creation, which is the aspect that moves, within the cycles of creation, of death and rebirth and regeneration and death again. So a cycle like that. And that is the feminine aspect, and it has a lot of power as well. It's wild in its ways, just like we know that nature can destroy everything in one swoop, just like now it's happening, with the disease all over the world, and we never saw it coming, but it's there. Like, life is affected, and it's just rebalancing, really. Mother Earth doesn't strive to kill as such, and there is no death at the end of the day anyway. Everything, energy just transforms, and everything that's there moves to the place that is appropriate for it. Nothing in existence ever actually dies. Even the souls that are dying on the planet right now, the earth is experiencing different realities. So there's like a fifth dimensional earth, and those who will still experience those denser realities. So it's kind of like the that duality split, so it's even said, that there's another planet that's there, like in another dimension, like a similar earth, and those who are dying will get to experience the reality that they're choosing, because they're choosing the old. And not everybody who's dying, but I mean the majority of people who are still choosing the old, and they're they have sort of, for whatever reason, chosen to still live in a denser dimension, to experience that still. And so that it's provided to them, because anything we want is provided to us within existence. It's just that it'll be on a different plane, because the earth has chosen another reality. So if you don't want to move with it, then on a mass level, those people will have to also move somewhere else where the vibration matches theirs, and they can create whatever they want there. That's where they'll be happy. These ideas of people dying and our attachment to them and stuff is all very based in the body, right? Like and all of us feel it, of course, if something were to happen to our family member. But at the end of the day, like from a larger, broader picture, there is no death really, and it's just about what's appropriate for the soul, what's appropriate for creation, for our for evolution. But coming back to what I was saying, because we are you know, these souls who are in service, volunteer souls. And especially if you have you know, once at the higher levels of our ascension process, we become completely empty. It's like the higher stage of our ascension. We become completely empty and we just allow the goddess to flow through us, you know. It's like we become like an empty space, because all of us are light, and then light moves through a portal, like you can say a space or a void, and it just moves through that, and you just become that black empty space, and you allow you know, this black the goddess whirling that holds love, everything within the balance of love, you know. And there is this constant rebalancing, because overall balance needs to be maintained. So if there's some disruption here, then something else needs to change, you know, for that overall thing to be the same. And that flow is called love. And so that is what we experience in nature as well, you know. But at a larger level, that is the goddess which created everything in all of creation. So when we hold that beautiful energy, that's the energy of power as well, you know. So the meditation today we're going to be doing is about that, is about becoming that pure vessel that allows the goddess to come through. But the ascension update, I'll be speaking more in another video, because I have other points as well about it. But it's like this goddess deeming that I felt was happening through me, and you know, through other ascending souls. You would be experiencing it as well to some degree, and that is that, you know, almost like, because I saw how I was becoming so critical, almost like, you know, this is wrong, you know, how dare you do this, how dare you take away our clean air, how dare you disrupt the balance that the earth has you know, declared finally, you know. It's like the last straw, when there was nothing else left. Nature tried to balance itself in this way, and even that you come in to destroy. So that feeling, you know, that rage that happens, this is, of course, when it begins, it can be anger, it can be something of a lower nature. I'm not trying to justify anger, you know. I mean, anger has its place, and I will explain that. But the higher version of that, you know, what we're supposed to move into once we feel it, is something else. It's this rage of the goddess. And rage does not mean the rage of the goddess is not anger. It's not something that is unbalanced. It's more like, you know, this force that's there that just swoops in when there's imbalance that's happened, you know, with just so much force. Just like you see storms that come in and cleanse and purify, you know, everything. So it's that rage, and when you feel it and you don't attach emotions with it, you just allow it to come through, it can be quite pure. It doesn't have to be something that is of a negative dualistic nature, you know. But it has its own properties, of course, you know. It has the power to sort of to destroy, and not destroy in the sense of, but it's like allow it to transform, allow things to move within the swoop of love wherever they want to flow. They don't want to be here, they move, you know, to another place, so that overall everything is held within that vibration of love. But there can be this immense force that's there, you know, within love, because it's so powerful, and we feel it within ourselves, when this Shakti, when we're lit with it, when it's moving through us. So when we are going through ascension symptoms, because our body is used to a certain level of energy and a certain level of goddess flow that we have known so far, when something new comes in, sometimes it has a narrower passage to move through, and so it can come in a more limited form, like anger, you know. But that's fine, you know, as long as you're not like going and destroying things with it. Allow it to move through, and then it'll reveal itself in its more purer form, you know, like I said, the goddess rage. And so when this rage comes in, what it does is that it deems, you know, that this is right and this is wrong. Just like you don't have to become critical. I'm not talking about judging people, but it's about being able to see where there is truth and where there is not, you know. It's about power, essentially. Even more than truth, it's really just about holding a certain vibration, holding power, and just keep on holding that, you know, the balance, that love is here, balance is here. And if you don't want to align with it, you know, that's fine. You have all of these other options to choose. So it's like reallocating that flow, you know, that transformation. And and of course, you know, as the witness, when the goddess moves through you, you know, the goddess of course sees all and reallocates everything. So when you just become that pure vessel and you just allow the goddess to come through, you might feel, you know, this rage that's there in a primal way, but allow it to do you know, things through your body that it needs to. For example, if I just live in a surrendered state and I allow the goddess, I am just a portal for the goddess to come through, you know, to reach this plane of existence and carry out what needs to be carried out. And yeah, you don't actually have to think anything with your mind. It's just about allowing. So today the meditation that I want to do, I actually made this video I think a bit too long. So it might be that I make the meditation as a part 2 of this video. You'll just have to see. But this meditation, I think I will make it an audio. So, you know, because I have a fan right above me and it's making some sounds. I'm not sure if the camera is catching it, but that way if I do it audio, it can be much clearer. And anyway, you know, the focus is, anyway, for a meditation you would close your eyes probably and listen to my voice. So if you like what you heard today, then please watch part 2 of this video if you'd like to join me for the meditation, that is. I think I'm just going to divide it into 2 videos, otherwise it'll get too long. So be sure to check out, you know, that meditation. I'll link it below this video as well so that you can find it once it's uploaded. So, you know, it'll probably come a day or 2 after I've uploaded this video. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you very soon in the next one.